Hey everyone, I'm back. So this is my 7-week post-op update, and this is also going to be combined with my 6-week post-op update. Sorry, my computer is making noises. So I filmed an update last week, and the footage was absolutely rubbish, and I had every intention of refilming it, but I didn't get around to it. So that might be able to give you some inkling of how busy my week was. I just could not find time with daylight. Not that I really get much daylight in here anyway, but I couldn't find time in daylight or time where I felt like talking to the camera, unfortunately. I think my previous update, that was my week 6 post-op update, I think I talked mostly in that video about how good I felt and how the only problem I was really experiencing at the time was struggling with hydration. I guess pretty much that is still the only problem I'm dealing with. The exhaustion that I was dealing with has definitely slowly improved. And again, I'm sorry, my computer. That exhaustion has improved, and I do feel a little better physically, but for some reason I've fallen in a bit of a hole this last week, and hydration is still a real problem. So I don't know, it's kind of, I wonder if it's showing. This week was the first week I've been disappointed in my weight loss. I lost 200 grams this week gone, and the previous week I lost 800 grams. So since we last talked, I've lost a kilo, which is okay, I guess. It's all still a loss, isn't it? But 200 grams for a week, it doesn't really feel like enough. So, but I do know that stalls are quite normal, even earlier I didn't experience one, but now, and also, just throughout the entire process, I think hitting stalls is normal, but it's a bit unnerving, I guess, and I wonder if it does have something to do with my hydration levels, and the lack of protein, because something that happened to me last week, which I've resolved this week just gone, is I ran out of protein water. And so I was drinking still, because I don't mind drinking plain water, but I wasn't really having much protein. And I think something else that's kind of developed, which is making me struggle with my hydration, is that I'm finding it harder and harder to drink water, or protein water. Finding it harder and harder to stomach fluid, I guess. I know that some people do struggle after surgery with drinking plain water, and some people like to drink it warm. I know my mum, her experience was that for some weeks she could really only stomach warm water. But for me, I think a hot cup of tea has gone down okay, and I did have a latte the other day that went down okay. But yeah, I just, cold liquids, or even room temperature liquids, I'm struggling with. And I thought I had escaped that kind of problem, because I was stomaching fluids just fine, but I seem to have regressed on that, which is strange. I don't know what it is. Food, I'm still stomaching fine. I'm having no problems with food. Sorry, I'm fidgeting a bit because I'm cold. It's so cold. I could put the heater on, but I don't know. I'm wearing this like light cardigan and a t-shirt, because my jumpers are all either way too big or way too small, which is frustrating. Anyway, so I guess that's another thing. I am starting to size down in clothes, but I think last time I was this particular size, it must have been summer, because I just don't have a lot of kind of warm clothes in this particular size. I don't really know what size I am, to be honest. I just know that my current clothes, or my previous clothes, are all kind of getting too big now. I went to the gym. For the first time today. Previously to going to the gym, I've been walking. But yeah, today I went back to the PT, and it was great. She was really impressed with my weight loss. She said she could see a big difference. So as much as I maybe can't see it today, especially when I weighed in, it was nice to hear her say how she could tell a difference. So that's really positive. most things I have to say, I think, are positive, even in the face of a very lackluster weight loss this week. I think I talked at length about how I wasn't going to weigh myself daily, and I haven't been. But one thing that seems like a struggle is that all week I don't know that I'm not losing, so I lost 200 grams and I didn't know that all week, which I guess is good because it didn't affect the way I was behaving. I wasn't eating more because I wasn't losing and it was messing with me or whatever. I wasn't sabotaging myself. But when I weighed in this morning and I saw the number, it was, I sneezed last video, I think, too. Sorry, excuse me. Yeah, it was just, I don't know, because I guess nothing prepared me for that, I didn't gradually watch the scales not move. I just weighed in and it was not great. So I guess it has affected my mood a little bit, which is exactly what I didn't want to do. And this is exactly the path that I didn't want to go down. So I am going to try hard to, I guess, keep positive, because I know that the weight will continue to move. I know that logically, but irrationally, I'm not feeling that great about it. The other thing is I feel kind of congested, which is weird. I felt congested now for almost 2 weeks, and I think it could be dairy, because prior to surgery I didn't eat a lot of dairy. I had soy milk in my coffees. I didn't eat any yogurt really at all. The only dairy I was eating was in cheese, and even then, I was eating a moderate amount of cheese, I guess. Now I eat a fair bit of dairy, so I eat yogurt pretty much every day. And I'm eating cheese, and I'm eating quite a lot of cheese. I mean, not quite a lot. I'm eating quite a bit of cottage cheese is what I'm eating. I'm still not drinking milk. I'm still drinking soy and almond milk, but I wonder if it is the increase in dairy that's making me feel congested, because it hasn't been developing into a cold or anything, and it's been like this now for the best part of 2 weeks. So, because I know I talked about this in the terrible footage I filmed for my last video. So I know that it's now been going on for 2 weeks, and it's weird. Like, it gets me sneezy because I feel a little congested. Maybe that's a sign that it could be an allergy. I don't know. With my job, I can't really take antihistamines. I think there is one brand on the market that's quite weak that I can take, but antihistamines are something that can show up in our drug tests at work. So that's what I would normally take if I was having an allergic reaction to someone's cat or dog or something. So I don't really know what's up with that. If anybody has any experiences with congestion and dairy, maybe we could have a little conversation down in the comments, because I think certainly this is something that I have read, is that dairy can cause congestion, and that cutting out dairy can really help with the congestion. Sorry, I bumped you. But a lot of my protein is coming from cottage cheese, especially, and from yogurt. So it's a bit frustrating because, as a vegetarian, I guess those are some protein sources that I've been relying on. And, not only that, I've certainly been relying a lot on protein water, protein powder, which I use a pea-based protein powder, although the protein water is whey-based. I just like to have a balance of, animal products and not animal products. I don't claim to be a vegan at all, but I am vegetarian, and so I guess my focus has just shifted a little bit. Before, I think I ate so much food I didn't need to focus on protein, so I always met my protein goals, no doubt about it. So it's just strange, I guess. I don't know, but anyway, it could be a lot of other things, not just dairy. So anyway, other than that, I mean, in my personal life, work is okay. It's been really rainy here, and that's been hard with work. And I think that might have affected the way I felt a little bit, because it might have knocked my confidence a little bit. And I had a couple of pretty dramatic days that left me feeling a little fragile, I suppose, at work. Just a couple of things that happened that were out of my control, but I guess I was feeling a little fragile. And maybe the change in the weather, it got really cold here in Melbourne, and I historically have loved the winter, loved it, hate summer. But already, you know, I'm only 20 kilos down, but already I think I'm feeling the cold more than I did before, because it just goes to show that, you know, the fat that we carry around is insulation. And when you have less insulation and 20 kilos less insulation, you feel the cold, I guess. So, or it could just be because it's the start of the cold, but it does feel like, I mean, it's only autumn here, so it does feel particularly cold to me. But yeah, so that could also have something to do with the change in my mood, I guess. And you know, it's not particularly bad. I'm certainly not depressed or really struggling. It's just that I do feel a little bit flat. And you know, I worked 8 days straight. Maybe that had something to do with it, because you know, today is my day off and I'm back at work tomorrow. So you know, by yesterday afternoon I was feeling pretty flat, and my trainer at work, he asked me if I wanted to work. He picked up an overtime shift today, and I just thought he was just crazy for taking that on, you know. And I used to love taking overtime, but on some rosters, you know, some weeks it's just like, I think, you know, for me, my job is really, I have to be very mentally active during the day. And so for me, it's exhausting, I guess. And I think that's, you know, while I physically have a lot of energy this week, I felt like mentally I haven't. So anyway, the other big update is that I'm moving house. So I'm moving house at the end of this month, the start of next month. I've signed the lease already. I signed the lease a couple of days ago, and I pick up the keys on the 28th of April. So I'm moving to an outer suburb here in Melbourne. I currently live in quite an inner suburb, but as you might be able to tell by my lovely surroundings, I live in a pretty gross, small, dingy apartment where I know my neighbours way too well, and I, you know, for lack of a better word, I hate it here. So I can't wait to move. I feel really positive about that, as much as it is a sacrifice that I'm making as far as the area. I am getting a much nicer place for the money. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to having a spare bedroom and, you know, a full kitchen. Not that my kitchen here is too bad. It's pretty big, but, you know, I'm looking forward to having a second bathroom and a separate laundry and all the good things. So it's going to be great. So I might film some videos while I move, just to kind of record the journey that I'll have to go on, working, moving, and trying to eat and hydrate, because we all know how the second I have something else to do in my day, like work, I stopped drinking. So today's been pretty good because I've been at home, and then I went to the supermarket and doing some washing and bits and pieces. I've been pretty good today. I've had plenty of water. So it really does seem like it's days when I'm at work that I'm really struggling. So maybe I need to set some time goals, like, you know, so many hours through my shift, get a litre in, so many more hours, get another litre in, so on and so forth. But anyway, that's really all I've got to say. Overall, you know, still feeling good, but hydration is hard, and I wonder if that's what's, you know, if it's showing on the scales. So anyway, thanks so much for watching. I'm sorry that it was kind of a, you know, a nothing rambly kind of this is not great video, but yeah. And that's me. Not all weeks are exciting, I guess. So thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I know a few of you have connected with me on Instagram, and I really appreciate and love that. It's really nice. I finally started to catch up on your videos. There was a little bit of time there where I didn't have time to be watching many, but I've been watching heaps, and I've loved catching up with your videos. So I hope that you're all doing really well and feeling good, and drinking your water, because God knows I'm not. So yeah, that's it. Anybody got any comments about dairy and congestion? You know, you could post down below, or just want to say hello, whatever it is. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week. Bye.